just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using LifeWave. Since 2004, LifeWave has been delivering its amazing life-enhancing technology to people across the world, always helping the body do what it was designed to do, only better. And as it turns out, the best was yet to come. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind LifeWave technology, has recently achieved something in the of regenerative science with a single LifeWave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing LifeWave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells. A true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of LifeWave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one LifeWave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy. Until now. And the best part? Like all LifeWave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about LifeWave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body. How you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of LifeWave today.
A life empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science, at longevity, at exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave. You are a powerhouse of growth, of new experiences. You just don't know it yet. Let's change that, shall we? With innovation at our core, we've reimagined what's possible. Harnessing the body's natural energy flow with light. Backed by clinical research, X39 stimulates the skin with low levels of light to elevate a key peptide linked to renovating and rejuvenating the body. This life technology supports improved movement, recovery, and overall health and well-being. You are Generation Awesome. Shifting paradigms and creating new ones. We always knew you had it in you. Now it's time to prove it to yourself. Your adventures are only beginning. Discover the power and simplicity of doing more with X39. Be the light. LifeWave. An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHK-Cu, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that could support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.
Are you ready to celebrate?
Happy anniversary, everybody.
Celebration 20 years in the making, packed into one epic weekend. A personal journey, powered by revolutionary technology. More energy. Timeless vitality. Lasting longevity. Now is the time to share the light.
Come on up, directors, congratulations.
Thank you for coming to the LifeWave Global Conference. It was lit. We're already dreaming about next year. California dreaming.
LifeWave Global Conference, Anaheim, California, Fall 2025. Registration is now open. Be the light. LifeWave.
Okay, let's go.
Well, hi there, and welcome to LifeWave's global headquarters. 世界中の何百万もの人々にとって、LifeWave は希望を象徴し、真実と光の灯台を象徴しています。
It's one of those things where you have to be there to understand the magnitude of what you experience when you walk in.
It literally is giving me goosebumps.
Like, it's just mesmerizing.
All I can say is, wow.
You felt like you were on a journey in outer space, just simply amazing.
What an incredible, breathtaking experience.
I cannot believe what I saw, but I saw it.
Whoever you bring here, they will be sold.
The genius and the vision and the work that went into this was absolutely amazing.
It's just honestly mind-blowing to see the technology, the evolution of this company.
The sky's the limit. That's all I can say.
I'm just speechless. It was so beautiful. I don't even know what to say.
This is the most exciting, jaw-dropping presentation I've ever experienced.
You may have heard it said that people say necessity is the mother of invention. But actually, what I found is that divine inspiration is the actual key that unlocks the impossible. I didn't know those things when I was a young 8-year-old telling my dad I wanted to be an inventor. I just knew I wanted to create things and maybe even change the world in the process. As I grew up, my thirst and hunger to invent only became stronger, and I looked for a way to channel my energies into something that could benefit people. Then, one day, when driving home from work, I received what I would call a divine insight. What if we used light in an entirely new way to communicate with the human body? That's when the LifeWave patch technology was born, and the rest, as they say, is history. Sometimes I find it really hard to believe that this year I was issued my 200th patent, an accomplishment that makes me feel just so incredibly blessed. It's a testament that through the power of prayer, recognizing God as Lord and Creator, the power of persistence, and yeah, a lot of hard work. But as I get to do what I love to do every day, I fully acknowledge that it is through the great teamwork of our incredible global corporate staff and, of course, our amazing field leaders and brand partners. Without them, LifeWave wouldn't be what it is today. And I find it so incredible that with all of this, we're just getting started. After over 6 years of research, you can now deliver light-infused water to your body at the touch of a button. allowing you to achieve health benefits that have never been before possible with our X2O system. And not to mention that this also opens up an entirely new market for LIFEWAVE. I have also worked with our research team to create an entirely new way of producing clean and abundant energy that will power your home, your electric car, and even generate enough power that you can sell the excess electricity back to the grid. When we release this new technology, it will provide you with a new financial opportunity while also helping to clean up the planet in the process. Something else I'm really proud of is that we're also launching our new drone technology as we speak. What I love about our community is that we are a group of people wanting to be part of the solution and helping those in need. These drones will allow us to do just this. When disaster strikes, we can bring hope to others. And we can do this in the form of relief aid and patches and expose our brand to a broader audience through resulting press coverage. Our principal mission, though, hasn't changed. I'm determined to find solutions for stopping and reversing human aging. And it's incredibly rewarding to see just how much progress we've made in this endeavor. I can tell you that LIFEWAVE is truly a world leader on this subject. Patents on these and other inventions will ensure that LIFEWAVE will only be growing bigger, stronger, and more influential for decades to come. And that's through this proprietary technology that is ours alone. So the great news, we all share a common vision: to help others by empowering people to take control of their well-being, their livelihood, and their longevity. As we continue to innovate and serve the needs of our customers, together we will be unstoppable. So let's share the light and let's be the light.
It's incredible to think that the human race has conquered the skies, we've ventured into space, and we've even visited other worlds. We've been able to expand into horizons like at no other time in history. But at LIFEWAVE, we see a more urgent challenge right here at home. We have an opportunity to be a leader in helping people in need with an incredible new aviation technology. I started Thunderstrike with a very simple objective in mind. Let's create a new drone technology capable of helping those in need when they need it. Imagine being able to deliver humanitarian aid in times of crisis with a drone that has unmatched endurance, extraordinary efficiency, with this technology actually working in harmony with nature, being completely non-polluting, being able to provide valuable information to workers during a crisis so we can deliver life-saving medical supplies. And being able to work with organizations to alleviate human suffering whenever and wherever it occurs. The simple message in all of this is that LIFEWAVE will be there. Making a future one that we can all look forward to.
Okay, good evening, everyone. This is 8 o'clock, and now normally we will start at 8 o'clock, yeah? So I cannot finish telling you, or Chinhua and myself cannot finish telling you actually how important it is to use your tool when you present your LIFEWAVE to your prospects. Okay, so it is a very, very important tool that you need to get used to using. Okay, and basically it adds more credibility if you can use something to show people that what you're talking about is substantiated and things like that. So without any further ado, let's explore the light and stem cells brochure. What does it mean? And all the different sectors, I will try to tell you what is the meaning that the brochure is trying to help you or remind you to tell your prospects. Okay, so you look at the first page. The first page is basically this on the outside. Okay, light and stem cells. So in the first place, we will talk about the background of the founder, David Smith. Yeah. So every great revolution in human history begins with a single visionary mind. Okay. So when you look at David Smith's portrait and the global infrastructure shown in this page here, you will see the face of that revolution. So this person is called David Smith. He is our founder. He is not just a corporate leader. He is the founder, the CEO, and the primary inventor behind every breakthrough we have discussed, right? Or which we are going to discuss, or you are going to discuss with your prospect. So when we talk about the future of wellness, all right, we are talking about what path did David take, okay, to carve out over 2 decades, meaning of about 20 over years now. So David's journey is one of uncompromising excellence. He's a scientist who took the high stakes of engineering required for elite defense projects, and he changed that brilliance towards the most important mission of all, human longevity and recovery. Okay? He just didn't want to build a better product. He wanted to decode the language of the human body through light. So the image you see of the LIFEWAVE facility, that means the building there you see, is a global center of manufacturing and research excellence where David's invention came to life. His lab is there. Okay? He holds over 200 patents because he is constantly pushing the boundaries of what we thought was biologically possible. So when you join this community, you are actually aligning yourself with David's mission. You are choosing a leader who operates with both deep scientific rigor and basically a profound love for humanity, right? So David believes that everyone deserves to be the light in their own lives and has dedicated his career to ensuring we have the technology to make that happen. Okay? We are fortunate to be led by a man who, as much as a dreamer as he is a disciplined inventor. He has built the foundation. Now, he invites us to share this gift with the world. Okay? So this page, we actually talk about the power of one. speaking, about David Smith's credibility as a scientist with a conscience. All right. So the next page, we look into his visionary behind the technology, the revolutionary inventor. So to understand the power of this technology that we hold today, we must first look at the mind that created it, David Smith's mind. Okay, this space here, which features innovation shown here, okay, introduces us to David Smith, not just as a founder, but also as a revolutionary inventor. That means he invents things that people have not invented before, revolutionary, whose work has long served the highest level of human performance and safety. Okay, because he was involved in the Navy SEALs. Okay, and Navy SEALs are very, very fit people. So long before he turned his genius towards cellular wellness, David was solving some of the world's most complex engineering challenges, Okay, he was the visionary behind the Navy SEALs mini submarine and an advanced emergency oxygen system. So when you are designing for the Navy SEALs, okay, Navy SEALs are the United States Navy SEALs, there is zero margin for error. Correct or not? You see all the advanced equipment that the US Navy is using, right? In actually now the war between them and the Iran war, right? So you are operating in environments where life depends on how accurate and how reliable is the thing that you use. The same uncompromising standard of excellence is in the DNA of our technology today. The DNA that you and I use, and we patch it behind our neck. So what truly defines David is the second half of this page. A scientist with a conscience and love for humanity. Okay? He didn't stop at defense and elite performance. His brilliance has always been directed towards solving our global problem. You can see his footprints, or rather his fingerprints, on the radiation reduction shield. This invention was to protect us from the invisible stresses of modern technology. Okay? Number 2 was the humanitarian drone, which I shared the video just now. The drones that was designed to save lives in hard-to-reach area. Then number 3, you see, is the plastic-to-energy system that turned our environmental waste into a resource. And last but not least is the beyond organic photoagriculture, which using the power of light to revolutionize how we grow food. Do you agree that the problem now with all of us is our agricultural style? Have you seen how the Cameron Highlands farmers are actually planting our fruits and vegetables? Right? Because when you are using our patches, you are not using a product from the marketing company. You are using a breakthrough in technology from a man who has spent his life, more than 20 years, dedicating to protecting and enhance human life through science. That's what he did for the US Navy SEALs, right? So this is technology with a soul. It is born from a legacy of high-performance engineering, the mini submarine, the emergency oxygen. It's actually high-performance engineering and a deep-seated mission to leave the world better than he found it. So we talk about being purpose-driven. It starts right here with our own inventor. So the key highlight here you have to tell people is the elite engineering, is the scientific breadth, which actually shows David Smith's inventions or innovations in environmental energy, safety, and agriculture. Okay, and another point of this thing here is to show your prospect the moral purpose. We emphasize the conscience and love for humanity as a driving force behind LIFEWAVE. Okay, credibility, building trust by showing the inventor's long history of successful patented breakthrough technology before founding the wellness brand. So I repeat, the key highlight here is elite engineering, scientific innovation, moral purpose, okay, and credibility, showing the inventor's long history of successful patented breakthrough. Okay, this is the thing that you actually share with your prospect. So let's move on. Okay, so here we are talking about upcoming inventions for a better world. Now, while our current LIFEWAVE achievements in cellular activation are already remarkable, we are only at the beginning of this journey. So this place here features the visionary project, which provides a glimpse, a hint into David Smith Laboratory of the future. We are not just maintaining our lead, we are fundamentally redefining what is possible for human longevity and performance. All these things you have not heard of before in the wellness industry, right? Our roadmap for the coming years, including the period through 2027, is filled with breakthrough that will integrate wellness into our daily lives. Let's look at what is on the horizon that is coming. Excuse me. Okay. So we are looking at environmental and resource optimization. Our environment has problems now, right? Our resource has problems now. So you see, now in the war with Iran, the Straits of Hormuz is closed. We are having problems getting petrol, right? And when we use our car, we burn petrol producing carbon dioxide, which means environmental damage, right? So LIFEWAVE or David Smith is developing an oxygen enricher to enhance the very air we breathe and age reversal water, which we are drinking, courtesy of Jinlong now in, Kuala Lumpur brand partners. That brings our light-infused technology, okay, into molecular level of hydration, okay? So then we have restorative environment. Imagine the energy recharging sofa, a piece of technology designed to turn rest into an active session of cellular recovery. Amazing, right? I don't know yet what is going to do, but it sounds amazing, energy recharging sofa, right? Then the advanced biotechnology, our research into gene resetting machine and the biomimetic enhancer represents LIFEWAVE's commitment to working in harmony with the body's natural signaling system, right? To restore the body's natural signaling system and youthful function. Okay, so next we also have wearable longevity. So we are talking about successes of our patch, which we wear now, and it will be expanding into age reversal apparel, making phototherapy an effortless part of our wardrobe. Okay, So these upcoming inventions for a better world are direct results of the innovation and the persistence that has defined LifeWave since 2002. These projects are not mere concepts. They are the next chapter of a legacy that has already produced over 200 patents. So when you partner with us and do the business, you are not just joining a wellness company, you are joining a research and development powerhouse that is always 2 steps ahead of other companies. So the future is not something we are waiting for. It is something we are building every day in our facility by David Smith. So join us and let's bring this life-changing innovation to the world together. Okay? So the key highlight here you are trying to explain is the future vision, the diverse range of invention, the scientific continuity. Don't worry that we do not have products to sell. Okay? And you know, when you become LifeWave partners, you become partner in a movement that is actively shaping the future of global wellness. Okay? Now, the engine of the innovation, research and manufacturing. Okay? So, at the top, you see our world-class research and development laboratory. This is where the magic happens. It is a space that is dedicated to the testing and the discovery of new ways to signal the body's natural recovery process. Okay? But we just don't just research, we execute. Below, you see the fully automated in-house manufacturing. This is critical distinction in our industry. We do not outsource our quality. By owning our own manufacturing process, we ensure precision, absolute precision. Our automated lines allow for a level of consistency that manual processes cannot match. Okay? Then we also have total quality control. From the first component until the final patch, every step is monitored to meet international medical device standard. Okay? Then you have scalable impact. The infrastructure allows us to support our massive global community from US to Asia Pacific to Russia to the Europe countries. Okay? That means from US to Europe to our hubs across Asia, including Malaysia and Japan. Okay? We own our own 90,000 square feet facility, meaning we can control our own destiny. It means that when you hold a product in your hand, you can trust it is created with the same integrity that the genius inventor, our genius inventor David Smith, poured into his original design. Okay? So we have the lab to dream of the future and the factory to build it. Okay? So next, let's take a look. Okay, this is the light and biophoton. Okay? We know the sun is the ultimate source of light and life. Right? Without its rays, photosynthesis will stop. Plants will die. The entire food chain, including us, will collapse. Okay? We are essentially indirect absorbers of solar energy. But what if I told you that we do not absorb light, we also emit it? Our living cells emit what science call biophoton. Okay? So people ask me a lot of times, what is inside the patches? Okay? So the heart of the patch contains structured biomolecular nanocrystal. These crystals are formed from a precise combination. How it is combined, it's a trade secret. It's a combination of water, oxygen, amino acid, and other organic compounds. They are not just ingredients. They are the building blocks of a technology that is designed to interact or talk to your body's own biophoton. Okay? Now, let's dive into the core. The how of this technology. So the patch contains optically active nanocrystal mixture, okay, that functions like a mirror, but it is a very high precision reflector. Your body constantly emits heat. These nanocrystals are specially engineered to absorb and trap a large part of the body heat. So here's a big truth, all right? Now, instead of letting the heat go or dissipate, we call it, the crystals reflect the light, okay, in the visible wavelength range directly back into your body. Okay? So, now, think about what happens when your skin is exposed to the sun. Here we talk about the biochemical changes and GHK copper. I'm sure if you are using the patch, you will always hear all brand partners will mention about GHK copper. Right? So think about what happens when your skin is exposed to the sun. So ultraviolet light hits your body and causes a natural, necessary reaction. Okay? The production of vitamin D. So our LIFEWAVE technology works on the same exact principle of biomodulation. Okay? When specific wavelengths of light from our patches stimulate the nerve in your skin, they trigger a very accurate biochemical reaction. So one of the most important or profound reaction is the elevation of GHK. Okay, I'm not an expert in GHK copper because I'm not a scientist. So this is what I've learned during my research. I do a lot of research, okay, because I'm very scared. I tell people the wrong thing. Okay, so GHK copper is often called the master peptide, okay, because of its role in cellular repair and longevity. Okay, so by using light to signal your body to elevate this peptide naturally, we are not just treating a symptom. We are actually talking to the body's own restorative or regenerative system to function at a younger, more vibrant level. Okay, so this breakthrough GHK copper and cell reactivation, okay, began in 1973 when Dr. Laurent Picard first isolated this copper peptide from the human plasma albumin. So when he discovered what he discovered was nothing short of a miracle. During his research, he observed that when he took liver cells from a patient aged 60 to 80 years old, and he incubated them with blood from a younger age group, let's say 20 years old, an amazing shift occurred, The older cells began to function nearly the same exact way as the younger liver tissue. Amazing, right? So this discovery revealed that secret to youthful function is not about the age of the cell. It's about the environment and the signaling of the molecules, especially GHK copper. So when you use our technology to increase the peptide, the GHK copper peptide, we are not just hoping for recovery. We are leveraging or we are using a proven scientific mechanism to wake up your body's own internal repair system. Okay, so let's move on. So stem cells are always known as the master repairman of the human body. They don't just wander around aimlessly. Okay, they don't just drive around, look at beautiful things, doing nothing. Okay, they play a critical role in healing by migrating specifically to sites of injury in response to inflammation. So think of it as a biological GPS. The stem cells will actually look out for distress or the distress signals sent by your damaged tissue. Okay, but what makes them remarkable is their ability to prioritize. So stem cells instinctively, by themselves, focus on healing the tissues with the most extensive damage first. Okay, so once they arrive at these critical sites, they utilize their incredible ability to differentiate. Differentiate means it will actually turn into whatever cells that your body requires. Okay, they will turn themselves into specific cell types needed to replace the damaged tissue. Amazing, right? So we will hear more about this technology, which is the X39 patch, from Jinhua a little bit later when I pass the session to him. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what we are looking at is not just another wearable. It is a historical breakthrough in the field of regenerative wellness. I mean, that's how I think. So this is LIFEWAVE X39. Okay, so think about how our bodies heal. When we are younger, we recover most instantly, but as we age, our stem cells, the master cells of our body, lose their stamina or their vigor. By the age of 60, our stem cells drop by over 60%. My goodness. Okay, our internal repair system essentially goes offline. You know what is offline or not? Like when you use your mobile phone, there is no signal. It goes offline. Okay, so what this X39 do is it changes that dynamic entirely. Okay, we are not injecting expensive foreign cell or undergoing invasive surgery. We are just using the power of light, or what we call phototherapy, to activate the stem cells you already have. Okay, so by reflecting your own body infrared heat back into your skin at specific wavelength, this patch elevates a critical peptide called GHK copper. All right? Can Okay, so the next one is about Aeon. Okay, so Jinhua will talk about this at more detail later during his session. Okay, so as you can see in the slide, Aeon is basically or typically applied to the back of the neck, okay, or the midline of the body, means 2 fingers below your belly button. So once it is applied, it begins to work instantly through phototherapy. But what does that mean for you? First, it is clinically proven to reduce stress. Aeon is clinically proven to reduce stress, okay? So in our double-blind placebo studies, we saw a significant shift in the autonomic nervous system. It moves you out from the fight or flight mode and into a parasympathetic state. This is where your body actually heals. Okay? Number 2, it promotes deep relaxation. Okay? This is not a sedative like when you take painkillers or sleeping pills. This is not a sedative. This is balance. Okay? So, now look at the scalp topography map on the top left. This is not just a theory. Over 3 sessions, you can see the brain shifting from chaotic, high-intensity red-orange zone to the calm, balanced blue and green. Okay? We are literally seeing improved calmness and optimized brain function in real time. All right? So, now, we focus on medical infrared imaging on the right, the horse. Whether we are looking at a horse or a human, the infrared technology does not lie. Those before images are saturated with white and red of intense inflammation. So the after shots, you see a total cooling effect, right? A visible reduction in the fire that causes pain and disease. So if you look at the bottom thermal map, in just 20 minutes, you see the impaired circulation move towards normalized thermal distribution. This is rapid systemic support. So finally, when you look at the table from the Research Open Journal, this is the secret sauce. Chinese or Cantonese always say, 雞你都買咗咯，白油唔好慳啊. Okay? Don't stinge on the soy sauce because the chicken you already bought it. Okay? It shows here, you can tell your prospect, it shows the 35% increase. People ask you, Alfred, or Jiwa, this one you say so anjua, God or not? People normally skip this page because they do not know how to explain. This Research Open Journal is a very good place for you to show your prospect. It shows a 35% increase in GHK copper concentration by day 7. 7 days only, you know. Okay? So this is why we do what we do. It's why this technology is approved based on the statement by the Medical Device Authority. Okay? We have proof. Now, you want to experience the result. Tell the people, we have proof. Do you want to experience it? Okay? So, the key points from this area is you share brain optimization, biological reverse, inflammation control, and peptide elevation of GHK copper. This area is very strong for you to use. Okay? So, moving on, we have discussed X39 and Aeon. I am 3 minutes over time. Jinhua, sorry, I take a bit of your time. Can, Okay, we are finishing up already. Now, if you look at this slide, there is a very simple analogy that explains a complex biological truth. Imagine a car on fire. In this scenario, stem cells are like the doctors. They are the specialists sent in to heal and repair the damage. However, the fire is still raging, you know. The environment is too hot and too hostile for the doctors to do the work. If the doctors go there, all burnt, all become black and die. So, the doctors would likely, the fire would likely harm the doctors themselves. So this is exactly what is happening in our body. Stem cells are naturally attracted to the site of inflammation. Okay? I mean, stem cells will go there and heal damaged tissues lah. But there is a catch. Unmanaged inflammation also kills stem cells, you know. So, by using this combination, we change the environment. Aeon acts as the fireman. It steps in to put the fire out and allows the stem cells to be activated by X39 to actually survive longer. Okay? So we don't just activate your stem cells, we want to give them the best possible chance to succeed. That is the power of this combo. Extinguish the fire and then rebuild the house or rebuild the car. Okay? So, as you can see here, reverse aging takes time because your body prioritizes its own repair. Okay? Here, there are different timing. Stomach lining might refresh in just 5 days. Your skin 1 month. Okay? Your DNA requires 2 months of support. Your blood cells take 4 months. Okay? And to truly impact brain health, for people who have Parkinson's, ADHD, or dementia, we are looking at 1 full year of consistent activation. Okay? On an average, use the technology for 1 month for every 10 years of your age. Okay? So, definition of natural is something that benefits all living things. Okay? So, this is the place which is definitive answer to that question. What you're looking is the regeneration in action. Okay, this technology is not just for people. It works across biological life. Anything that has life, anything that has light, will actually work. You look at the humans column. Okay, not just surface changes. We see a lot of faded pigmentation, disappearing of eye bags, the skin that has regained youthful glow. Look closely at the image of the 95-year-old's foot. Yeah, amazing, right? So animals do not know what a patch is. They don't have expectation. So you see the dying cats revive, broken wings supported, whether a fish or a family dog, the biological response is undeniable. Finally, look at the plant. This is perhaps the most fascinating proof of all. We have seen revived papaya trees. We have a brand partner that does not use fertilizer or insecticide on her durian trees. She just used second-hand X39 patch. And I have personally tasted that durian. It is amazing. Okay? So, what you're looking at here includes the legal documents and technical diagrams that represents our intellectual property. Okay? So, we have pioneered a wearable phototherapy apparatus. Okay? So, if you want, you can actually scan the QR code here to see the different patents that is available. Here, you can also scan the QR code to get the clinical studies. So clinical studies is very important. It represents the objective backbone of everything we have discussed up until now. Okay? So these are the various awards, the Hall of Fame, the International Hall of Fame that we have got. There's also a QR code there. You can actually scan and take a look at it. These are the certifications. There is also a QR code there. Okay? And when we talk about high performance, we are not talking about everyday energy. We are talking about elite levels of human capability. LIFEWAVE is not for sick people. LIFEWAVE is also for very fit people. Okay? In the world of professional sports, an athlete's body is their greatest asset. Right? Okay. So, everything we have discussed today, the science, the clinical proof, and the incredible transformation is supported by a world-class ecosystem designed to help you succeed. Okay? Here you can see we outline the comprehensive life changes resources that is available for our community. Jinlong has put together a lot of tools. He has online tools. He created the digital hub at icanbloomagain.com where you can access or deep dive information when you need it. There is Zoom every day. Now starts at 8 o'clock. Everyone, the Zoom start at 8 o'clock, not 8:30. Monday to Friday at 8 o'clock. Okay? Then 8:30 we start the actual Zoom. Okay? So for those who prefer a more tangible experience, our offline tools, we have a lot. You have the light and stem cells brochure, which we are going through now, and then the 18 quick fix. Okay? So these are our international offices. Okay? Life Changes showroom in Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, and these are our purpose-driven community. Okay? We have workshops and all. So when we look into the future of wellness, we understand the foundation it is being built on. This thing here is a roadmap of LIFEWAVE. the 20 years roadmap of LifeWave. The journey began in 2002. Okay, and we're still going on strong. Okay, our growth and momentum are undeniable. We have been recognized as a AAA plus opportunity company for 2023 and 2024, and #1 rank momentum by Business for Home. Okay, 4 years of consecutive growth. Okay, so now that you have seen the signs, the global reach, the incredible community, if you are thinking, I'm not sure yet, but I want to experience it for myself, the core package is your starting line. Okay, so thank you. And let me introduce you to our speaker, amazing speaker for tonight. I need to stop share first. Yes, now you can see his handsome face. Okay, he is none other than a 10 years, now I think more than 10 years. I think he has 10 years experience. Not I think, I'm sure he has 10 years of experience in pharmaceutical industry, where he has masters of hang on, I need to make him co-host first, so that he can share his slide. Okay, so he came back from UK last time, and when you hear his story, it's full of sadness sometimes. He believed in what was not working. He believed in what he studied. Okay. Well, it got him worse. He has got leaky gut and stuff like that. He was double his size, and you know, he was trying to self-medicate as a pharmacist. He was he studied a lot of compounds and stuff like that. He took antacid and everything, but everything did not work, you know, until I think he gave up on medication, and he found LifeWave, and now he basically look so much better, and he is now known as a pharmacist that does not sell drugs. Okay, so welcoming him, can you please type 111 into the chat box and please to welcome Jinhua.
Thank you, Brother Alfred, for the ever wonderful welcome message. Yeah. So thank you for your stem cells with light brochure just now. I just checked in halfway, but it's always very, very informative. So first of all, can I just ask a question in crowd? Anyone here for the first time you're listening to this? Type in the chat box 111. All right, welcome guys. So this is a more comprehensive presentation to as what Brother Alfred has actually presented. So I hope you guys will be able to enjoy this, okay? And it's always interesting when we talk about science and technology. It's the way moving forward as well, okay? So even for what I used to study and practice, everything just keeps evolving, yeah? And I'm glad I chanced upon this company 3 years ago. And I was really skeptical, just like a lot of you here. We don't know what this little sticker can do, yeah? And it's been 3 years, and I would say that every day I'm still waking up with excitement, yeah? Excited because I received messages to say, from people to say that they feel better. You know, they're so grateful. And this is something that money cannot buy. Yeah. So that's why as a pharmacist those days, it's sad to see people coming into retail pharmacies, which I used to work, and they just don't look happy. They are filled with a lot of sadness because they need to be on more medication. And every medication has tons of side effects. Yeah. So some people take it for life. Okay. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, is this the way that I want to go? So I told myself, maybe there's something out there that I can explore. Yeah. So listen with an open mind, and by the end of this presentation, you gain more clarity, confidence, And if you are here listening to this, I assure you that you'll be better over time. Yeah, if you just keep on continue to educate yourself and use this. Okay, so can you guys see my screen? If you can see my screen, can you type in a 222? 222 if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you. All right. So let's get started, yeah. And when we talk about wellness, and I look at LifeWave tagline, company tagline, it says here, live long, live well, live younger. And I'm like, wow, a company that has a slogan like this, I want to explore further, yeah. So if you look at a lot of pharmaceutical companies, they don't have taglines like this, okay. So that's why this really caught my attention, okay. And it's important to know exactly who the founder is of each company. Now, in LifeWave case, David Smith is the founder of this company, yeah, and he is a scientist with conscience, okay. He is a world-class scientist that has won tons of awards, okay. So he's someone that you can really check him out on YouTube, yeah, and he obtains 200 patents, over 80 clinical studies from the US government, yeah. So this is something that is not easy for the US government to even approve a patent, okay, to people. They must prove to the US government that it works on human beings before they can actually issue out any patents, yeah. So David Smith has been around for 23 years researching, developing technologies, okay. And over these 20 years, he's only developed patches, yeah, and his high-tech devices are actually in the process of coming out already, okay. So when I saw these patches, it was actually introduced by saying that there's no drugs, non-invasive, and no side effects. And I look at it, I was like, whoa, really? Skeptical, but I wanted to try anyway, yeah. And I'm really glad I did. It's been 3 years, as I mentioned earlier, and is actually categorized as a FDA Class 1 medical device. Okay, so this is something to ponder about. And in one of the most important patent issued by the US government, dated July 21st, 2020, it says here, right, a wearable phototherapy apparatus that can activate your stem cells through a non-transdermal container. Okay, so how it works is that it increases copper peptide, GHK-Cu in your body, which I'm going to explain later. Okay, because the main function of copper peptide is to increase stem cells productions, yeah, and it's so safe that nothing enters the body. Okay, so that's why this is something that's so fascinating. If you understand what stem cells are, number one, every part of our body is made of stem cells. We were all born as stem cells, okay, and the stem cell starts to develop to nerve cells, brain cells, intestine cells, every part of your body, okay, and it forms a human being, right? So how do we actually get stem cells from? Okay, you can get it from another human being. You can get it from animals, you can get it from plants, or you can get it from your own body, yeah? So that's why people are looking for longevity. Longevity meaning that I want to live as long as possible without being bedridden, without having stroke, without having Alzheimer. That is longevity. And if you have abundance of stem cells in your body, it can start to activate repair mode. It can repair and replace any damaged cells in your body. That's how powerful stem cells are. Okay, so in layman term, I always like to explain it this way, that stem cells are just like the foundation of a building. You need soil, you need sand, you need metal, you need bricks to hold a building for 100, 200 years. It's the same for our body as well. You need abundance of stem cells to hold your entire system, your organs, every part of your body together. Yeah, that's why people look for stem cells injections. Okay, so if you look at what stem cells potentially can do, it can repair parts of your body, right? Like early detection of stroke. Okay, if you do stem cells injection, it may help. Yeah, bone marrow transplant, spinal cord injury, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple cancers. Okay, so Crohn's diseases, digestion issue, all that. Yeah, so this is why people are looking into stem cells, and it's booming for the past 20 years. Okay, so this is something to really look into and really educate yourself to understand more. And in Malaysia, LifeWave is actually recognized by KKM, endorsed, certified, and it's actually registered under Medical Device Authority. Okay, so this is an assurance to say that, oh, it's really safe. That's why KKM approved it. It's not easy to get this certificate. Okay, so this is something that even Tan Sri Noor Hisham, the ex-director of General Health, came to endorse Malaysia's LifeWave HQ because he has to certify and to make sure that everything is in place for the company to kick off. Okay, so this is something that is powerful. And around the world, a lot of doctors that really care about their patients started to use this technology to help the patients to get well faster. Yeah, so these are some of the doctors that you can go on YouTube and look at it. Okay, so some are holistic doctors, some are medical doctors. Either way, it's good. As long as you want to help people to get well faster, this is something to look at. Okay, and David Smith is an inspiration founder. And early last year, he was actually invited by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to clean up America's healthcare system, to sit on the board of RFK's panel and to advise how can we clean up America's current chaos, the healthcare system especially. So many people getting sick, so many obese, and the hospital system is just not able to accommodate. But David Smith actually acknowledged it, and he was actually proud of this, but he rejected the goodwill of RFK. And he said that he has a lot of duties in LifeWave, and we are lucky that he actually turned down this particular position with RFK. So this is something that when someone in a high position in the government, US government, actually acknowledge your work, that means you are someone that is powerful. Okay, so before LifeWave, David Smith actually developed technologies for the US Navy SEALs. This is one of his many projects, mini submarines for the US Navy SEALs. So actually, the US government wanted David Smith to develop technology that they do not require to take any chemical stimulants or drugs while on submarine exercise for 60 hours underwater. You know, the pressure and all that is not easy. If you go down 10 meters, also you feel the pressure, okay, let alone being in a submarine. So that's why when David Smith actually came about knowing this, he developed the first patch for the US Navy SEALs, which is called the Energy Enhancer. Okay, so Energy Enhancer's goal is to elevate energy in the human body without the use of harmful drugs or stimulants. And this is an old packing 23 years ago. Okay, and it's still relevant until today. It is one of my favorite patches also, Energy Enhancer. Okay, not only can boost stamina, it can regulate metabolism, it can also help to reduce pain, by the way. So if you have used it long enough, you can actually experience this. Okay, so this is something that was used by a lot of competitive athletes, especially during the Olympics in 2004. Now, what happened was this, Richard Quick, who has passed away now, he is a 6-time USA Olympic swim coach. So he actually trained Stanford University swim team, and they actually used Energy Enhancer to compete in US Olympic trials. 6 of the 8 members actually broke personal best record. Crazy. This is a crazy result. And because of this, over 1,000 people come forward and wanted to become LifeWave distributors. So this is how David Smith's breakthrough was. And it actually came out in newspaper that these swimmers, the 6 of them, actually were under suspicion. They thought that the patch has caffeine stimulant or drugs that enhance their performance. So David Smith and LifeWave went into investigation by USADA. United States Anti-Doping Agency is very strict. They looked into the patch, they experimented it, and they issued an official report saying that there are no controlled substances inside this patch. You know what that means? That means every competitive athlete can use this patch. And subsequently, Michael Phelps was spotted using the patches back in 2004. Okay, he is a multiple gold medalist American swimmer. Very powerful. Okay, So David Beckham, if you know, world-class soccer player. Serena Williams, #1 female tennis player for many, many years. Mike Tyson was spotted using this technology 2 years ago when he wanted to prepare a boxing fight, okay, with Paul Logan. Okay. So this is something that LIFEWAVE is not actually sponsoring all these athletes. The coaches spotted this technology and asked them to use to enhance the performance during their competition or even training. Okay, so people like Cristiano Ronaldo, a world-class athlete soccer, he is paid millions of dollars by Herbalife to speak about Herbalife. These athletes were not paid, by the way. Yeah, so there's no official endorsement. Yeah, so I want to share a bit about how David Smith actually enhanced the works of scientist Laurent Picard. Now, about 50 years ago only, scientist Laurent Picard actually did an experiment to put younger liver cells into 80-year-old liver cells. And what he actually discovered is that the 80-year-old liver cells started to behave like younger liver cells again. And turned out, this was the copper peptide that is in the blood that was causing the older liver cells to behave like younger cells again. GHKCU, I want to talk about this next. Yeah, so this is something that is very powerful, and it looks like this. If you look at the top right corner, that is the chemistry compound of it. Okay, so I only got to learn about GHKCU when I actually learned about the LIFEWAVE technology. Even during my years of practicing, I've never heard of it. Okay, so you can go onto YouTube and search for Laurent Picard. He's passed away now, but his works remain very noble to a lot of people. Okay, so this is what copper peptide looks like. It's inside our blood. Every one of us has copper peptide concentration in our blood. Okay, now this is what it does. Copper peptide basically can help to produce more stem cells to repair your nerve, to repair your tissue, skin, lungs, your bones, liver, stomach. Okay, it has also multiple anti-cancer activity and anti-inflammatory actions. Now, if you understand the basis of human being, why they fall sick is because the inflammation in the system is high. Yeah, and years of accumulation and not taking care of the body, the inflammation starts to build up, and they get heart attack, they get stroke, they get diabetes. So diseases don't happen over time. It happens when the accumulation of inflammation is not managed well. Yeah, that's why when your inflammation is high, your DNA cannot repair, your cells cannot detox. Yeah, so that's why when you have very high levels of copper peptide concentration in your blood, it can help to detox your body, your liver. It can help to go into repair mode as well. Yeah, it repairs your DNA. So this is what copper peptide does. Yeah, and it's the nature of our body. This is what the universe, God has actually given us. Okay, but we just don't know this. Now, what happens is that LIFEWAVE takes a new approach to phototherapy to increase the copper peptide in your body naturally. And this is so powerful, guys. When you actually link back to what David Smith is doing, right? He enhanced the research of Laurent Picard and turned it into a little patch technology like this to help our body to be better over time. Okay? And how LIFEWAVE patches work is this. Now, all of us have energy, which you can't see with the naked eye. Now, when you actually have a special thermal camera scan, you can see what color your body is. You can see blue, red, green, yellow. Okay, so this is just the nature of infrared. Now, what happens is that when you actually, your body is emitting energy every single second. You use the patch. Can you see this on my hand? This little patch inside here contains organic crystalline amino acid. Now, when these crystals actually touch your skin, the heat from your body actually melts the crystal and it forms a little mirror. So what happens is that this little mirror actually reflects the energy of your body that's emitting back into your system for faster self-healing. Yeah. So basically, it's just a reflection of your own body energy. Okay. As you can see from this picture, what color that comes up from your body, the mirror reflects it back into your own body for faster self-healing. Yeah. So that is a very simple science. And people always ask, what are the ingredients inside these patches? Yeah, because it's very important. Since you say there's no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants, what is inside? Okay, I want to know. So I pulled this research paper out of our back office, and it says this, they contain a mixture of amino acid, water, sugar, oxygen, organic substances. That's it. Everything is organic, yeah? And LifeWave products do not contain magnet, batteries, copper, or harmful metals. So a lot of people think that, oh, inside here got magnet, that's why it works. Inside here got special stone, that's why it works. Actually, don't have. It's just crystalline amino acids. And what it does is that the patches actually contains amino acid that can receive infrared from the body, and it can actually rotate these crystals to reflect back into your own body for faster self-healing. That's how it works. Simple as that. Okay, so when that happens, X39 was developed in 2019, the most powerful patch in the company out of the 10 patches, right? And X39 is clinically proven to increase copper peptide that can reproduce your healthy stem cells. So that's why when we look at copper peptide production in the body, there is a double-blind test that was done, and it says that after using X39 for 7 days, your copper peptide can increase by 35%, guys. So a lot of people, they want to inject copper peptide. Yeah, copper peptide is the most important human peptide in our body. Yeah, you don't have to inject. You just have to use it long enough, and your body can start to regenerate over time. It can be stronger over time. Your organ functions are better. Okay, everything starts to improve. And X39 is also clinically proven to improve short-term memory, quality of sleep, and also vitality. It's amazing. So this is something that really you have to look into. And what it does, X39, is also to have minor pain relief in the body, inflammation management, improve sleep quality, increase mental clarity, support wound healing, and improves skin appearances. Okay, so how do you patch it? Just one patch behind your neck or below your belly button in the morning for 12 hours. Nighttime, remove it. Okay, so you pair it up with Aeon, which is a booster to X39. And why Aeon? Aeon is clinically proven to increase calamity in the body. That means you feel more calm after using it for some time. It helps you to relax better. It produces dopamine and also happy hormones in your brain. So this is something that is natural. Now, induced happiness is like smoking cigarettes. It's like drinking alcohol. It's like drinking coffee. That is induced. That's chemically releasing dopamine in your brain. But this is natural, by the way. Okay, so it also increase the inflammation management that causes a lot of problems. Pain relief, better pain relief, increase energy as well. Okay, so this is something that when you use long enough, you can really feel the difference in yourself, especially sleep improvement. Okay, so it's clinically proven. As you can see here in the clinical papers, Aeon patches can improve the physiologic functional status of 7 organs itself when measured by electro-interstitial scanning system. Yeah, so all these were done by third-party doctors. Yeah, the pain level also revealed a consistent decrease. Now, if you have pain and someone used Aeon on you, you drink water to activate the patch to have better blood circulation, your pain can decrease in just minutes. That's how powerful this is. Okay, so the studies also provide supportive evidence of the physiological effect on the body of increasing parasympathetic activity of the autonomic nervous system. So this is how it works. And there are tons of proven results, right? After using Aeon, people feel more relaxed. How many of you here feel more relaxed after using Aeon? When you used to have anxiety, oh, I'm so afraid of everything that hasn't happened yet. Yeah, depression and things like that. Yeah, so a lot of cases that we have seen, right? After using Aeon and X39 for 6 months or more, people that have depression, that starts to be more relaxed over time. It's very, very powerful. Okay, people that cannot sleep well, they start to sleep better. Yeah, people that's always anxious, they start to relax. Okay, they start to speak in a more calm and happy manner as well. Okay, so you see here, people have commented in Facebook, right? So emergency patch, it calms me whenever I'm stressed, especially at night when I need a restful sleep. Okay, or whenever I'm in pain, inflammation, any part of my body when I feel sick. Aeon is always there to rescue and I feel better. Amazing, huh? So this is really something that you should take with every day with you when you're traveling overseas as well. Okay, so this one X39 Aeon, right? Bone scan improvement. Yeah, so this lady is 69 years old, by the way, Deb, right? And Michelle, notice more strength and endurance. So everything started, my mind becomes sharper. So whatever that was actually mentioned in the benefits of X39, people are actually backing it up by their experience after using X39 and Aeon. Okay, so these are all social proofs. And some people, after using the patches, they will feel more tired, headache, dizziness, brain fog, lightheadedness. Okay, so this is a sign that is very good that your body is telling you that you need to rest. Your body is healing already. So that's how fast the patches work. This is day 2 of wearing Aeon and X39. And this person already feel things like that. Okay, so remember to rest and drink more water and just let your body do the work. Okay, don't panic. Okay, come and ask questions during our Zoom. Speak to your sponsor as well. Get the assurance. All right. So start from the safest and most affordable option there is in the market. Now, we understand stem cells injections are also useful, but it's very, very expensive. So this is taken from a clinic in Mont Kiara, and it costs one injection between 50 to 150,000 ringgit. And you see here, you have to do it, advisable to do it at least once a year to maintain your health. Okay, so I counted 98,000 on average, right? Every single year, 98,000. If you use X39 Aeon, you can use it for 15 years, guys. 15 years. Okay, so we have a lot of people that have done stem cells injection. What do they do for maintenance? You still need to maintain. They use X39 Aeon, and they're very happy with the results as well. Okay, so I'm not saying that stem cells injections are not good. It's too expensive for normal people to afford. Okay, so this is something that you can consider. X39 in the morning for 12 hours because it can elevate your copper peptide in supporting the health of your stem cells. And then nighttime, take out your X39 and put your Aeon. It's clinically proven to reduce stress in the body, promotes relaxation. Okay, so why this combination? Because stem cells are drawn to site of inflammation. When inflammation is high, it's like fire. The house of fire, like this little diagram on the left bottom. So then when the fire kills off the stem cells, your healing is slower. That's why when you use Aeon, Aeon acts as a fireman to put out the fire. So then when you use X39, it can start to increase the stem cells production in your body. That's how it works. Okay, so before the fireman can put out the fire, before the doctors can help the victims, the fireman must put out the fire first. Okay, so this is the best combination to start with. Now, how to patch? So this is our vagus nerve anatomy. Vagus nerve is the largest nerve on our body, in our body, and it's connected to all your major organs. So that's why if you look at those little booklets that you get from when you purchase, right, it's always these two positions. So there's a reason to it. Why? Okay, because when you patch it at your vagus nerve, it starts to stimulate more blood flow to all your major organs. When your organ starts to receive enough blood supply, your organ starts to function better again. So I always like to tell people this. Now, imagine your house without enough electricity supply. Your fridge is not working well. Your TV comes on and off, So then your body is the same. When your blood is not circulating well enough, what happens is that your body function is weaker. Yeah, so that's why people go for acupuncture is to increase the blood flow in the system. Yeah, when you go for acupuncture every single day, your body will become healthier and healthier. But you need to sit there 1-2 hours. Yeah, so this is a very suitable option for people to use. Okay, and it's so simple. You just put it on, and then you go to work, and then you just take it out. You put on the Aeon. You go to sleep. That's it. 2 seconds application. Yeah, so get into the habit and make sure you use it every single day. Yeah, so how do you use it? There is a formula to use this. If you're 50 years old, you use X39 Aeon for minimum of 5 months to see gradual health improvement in your system. Yeah, one way or another, your health will improve over time significantly. Okay, so let your body do the work. So where do we go from here? You have to eat well, you got to sleep well, you got to exercise enough, drink enough water, supplement when necessary, and also do not smoke, stress yourself out so much, drink a lot of alcohol, take drugs and things like that. Okay, so this is to really see the maximum effect on the patching. Yeah. So as I always mention, medical treatment cost in Malaysia is crazy. Yeah. So this article was taken from the Star in 2015. 2015, the 6 major illnesses, cataract, heart attack, knee replacement, cancer, stroke, kidney failure, was already 4 to 5 figures. Now, if you look at the projection of year 2035, the projection of these 6 major illnesses is 6 to 7 figures. By the way, no need to wait until 2035. 2026 is already happening. Okay, so why not start taking care of yourself? Yeah, by using this technology, by exercising right, by sleeping well, by eating well. Yeah, so I always tell people, don't wait for illnesses to start valuing wellness. Okay, so this is my final message to all of you, and we hope to be able to assist you in any way, and we hope that you will always come back and share your experience, whether you're using it well, what's working, what's not. Yeah, so we'll troubleshoot for you guys. Okay, so that is the end of my sharing. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have any questions, please put in the chat box. Please put in the chat box. We will answer it one by one. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Back to you, Brother Alfred.
Thank you so much for the amazing presentation, as always. Okay, so before we tackle any issues that you have, let me share what is coming up next. Hold on. Where is the share button? Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, if you want to know more about the technology and how it will help your body, we have business opportunity presentation every day going on at 2 o'clock in our Auckland Road showroom. So Monday, we had Mr. Wong on English. Tuesday was an amazing presentation called from Jarong. Today, we had Miss Patricia Yap. Tomorrow, I'll be speaking in Auckland Road. So if you want to, come over and discuss, please feel free to come. Friday, Mandarin session, we have Lindsay. And Saturday, we have Brandon. And Sunday, we have Mr. Singh on Mandarin. So 2 o'clock, Auckland Road showroom. Come, do join us if you want to know a little bit more about your own health and how to handle your health, right? So on this Saturday, right, from 2 to 4, we have an event which we call Mega Success. Okay, this is happening in Le Quadri Hotel, Kuala Lumpur. All right, it's somewhere near Cheras. And we have our country manager, Mr. KP Howe, as one of the speakers, Mr. Jonathan Ng, Miss Pushpaja Ang, our very own Jinghua, and head of sales, Shanky, will be speaking there. So registration will open at 1 p.m. and the network gathering where we will finish the thing, it will be at 4 p.m. So the ticket price is at only 30 ringgit. Okay, and when you obtain a ticket, okay, it's inclusive of free flow of coffee and tea. You get a goodie bag and entitled, to participate in the lucky draw that we are going to have. If you see lucky draw number 1, then lucky draw number 2, so you tend to get amazing prizes there. So for the door giver, attending participant must be present to receive the goods. Tickets are non-transferable and T&C apply. So we see you this Saturday, yeah, everyone. Come join in the fun. Okay, Now, we have a special promotion that's going on. You save 15% when you buy 2YH glutathione. This happens from 4th of May. It's going on now already for 2 days. Today is the second day. Until the 11th of May, 12:59 p.m. afternoon, not night time. Okay? Brand partners and PC Plus customers will get these two glutathiones at 442, right? Retail customers will get it at 561, right? So this is only limited time. You save 15% when you buy 2 glutathione, patches. Okay, so that's about it. And before we say goodbye, I think we have a few questions there. So hang on, let me stop my sharing. Okay, number 1, may I know whether the patch helps improve condition of dementia patient? Okay, you might want to take this, Jinhua.
Right, great question. This is something that a lot of people ask actually. So I just want to share this slide again. And when we look at this one, okay. Can you see this? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So what happens is that X39 actually is clinically proven to improve short-term memory. So we have also cases where people dementia, they starts to, it's not going to reverse entirely, but it's going to make their mind more sharper. Okay. So that's how the technology works. Yeah. So if you use it long enough, you can observe the person who has dementia. Yeah. To see how they are in terms of memory. Okay. This is something that we see a lot of cases as well. Yeah. So something that you can actually go and try it out and also share with us the experience after that. Okay, Dennis? Thank you.
Okay, so Dennis also wants to know where to patch.
Okay. Same, just behind the neck as well. Behind the neck. X39, morning behind the neck, and nighttime remove X39 and then put Aeon behind the neck. Same. Every condition also same, one spot only. Behind the neck.
I see. Okay, thank you. I hope we have answered your question there, Irene. Okay, Eileen. Okay, after patching X39 and Aeon daily, my throat feels very itchy. Even that I patch an extra Aeon on the throat, still cannot solve. May I know what's the reason? Okay, it's Eileen. It's common to experience various physical sensations when starting your LIFEWAVE journey. Okay. Now, it is important to understand that your body is responding to the light signaling technology. Okay. So, I'm not saying the patch will do this and do that. I do not want to make medical claims, but the potential reason for your sensation or the things that you feel is the systemic signaling. So the patch actually works by stimulating the nerves of the skin to trigger this reaction of elevating the GHK copper. So this elevation signals to the body to begin repairing your damaged tissue. Okay, that is the first thing you have to understand. Second thing is the inflammatory response. So your stem cells now, after using it for the first 24 hours, X39 is proven to reset 3,000 to 4,000 of your genes within the first 24 hours. So stem cells naturally migrate to the site of injury and inflammation, like how when I did the lichen stem cells with you, there is a section that mentions this. Now, your itchy sensation can sometimes occur when the body's repair system is actively engaging with the area of localized inflammation. Okay? or old tissue damage. Okay, Eileen, but you have to take note, you have to maintain or stay hydrated. Okay, your hydration requirement would be between, I would ask you to drink between 2 to 2.5 liters of water. Okay, so because the patches are made from, it contains water, oxygen, and amino acids. This technology interacts with your body's metabolic process. So it is very, very important that you stay well hydrated, because if you are dehydrated, which means not enough water, your body may struggle to process the biochemical shift efficiently. So you will take a longer time to actually see positive result. Okay, so first of all, don't worry. This is what we call, the healing healing mode that you're going through, and you have to stay hydrated. That's all. Okay. So normal when you patch your X39 Aeon is GV14 or CV6, which means behind the neck or 2 fingers below the belly button. I hope you stick to your 12-hour rule, meaning 12 hours on and 12 hours off. Okay. So always remember, proper hydration is required. Okay. So if the sensation of your itchy throat, or feelings like allergic reaction, you can try patching on your clothes area, okay, instead of directly on the skin. All right. So I hope I answered your question, Eileen. Okay, now this is one thing I can't read. 0447, whatever. I can't read Mandarin. I'm sorry. 0447, yeah. Can autism or mental disability teenager use the patch? My niece is 17 years old, was diagnosed as slow learning difficulty. When she reached puberty 3 to 4 years ago, she was aggressive and admitted a few times, and now under medication. The doctor now also diagnosed her as autism. I wonder how the patches can help her. Jinhua, you want to take this?
Yes, sure. Okay, Miss. Okay, so for autism children, we have cases where the behavior is aggressive. Okay, so they cannot focus, they cannot relax, they run around everywhere, they disturb people and things like that. So they use the technology X39 Aeon. They can see the behavioral changes. Okay, so together with the help of medication, they can be more calm and collected. They start to focus better as well. Okay, so this is something that you can really use on your niece and look at how the changes of her attitude, the behavioral is. Yeah, because we understand autism, one thing is that it's very hard to control them, especially as they grow up. They're gonna cause a lot of disturbance as well. So this is one way to actually use it together with the advice of doctors, the medication, add these patches on top because it doesn't harm the body. Okay, so then use it long enough. Minimum to try this on for her is 6 months, and see how her body reacts. Okay, so this is something for you to consider. Okay, Miss. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jinhua. So the next one is from William Low. According to Jinlong, is it correct? Yeah. Okay, according to Jinlong, we are not supposed to use terahertz or Aeon products when using the patches. May I know exactly how these products can affect the patches in our healing? Okay, William, now you first of all understand that the interaction between the patches and other high frequency or ionic devices is rooted in the specific way the patch function as light signaling tool. Okay, in simple terms, the mechanism of the patch, the energy source is your own body, is powered by your own body, infrared energy. Okay, so how the patch signal the body is the nanocrystals inside the patches, they trap the body heat and reflect a specific wavelength of light back to the skin. Okay, so this reflected light actually communicate with your own body light, which is called biophoton, which I mentioned earlier on, which are low frequency light emission used for cellular communication and DNA replication. Okay, we got that, huh? So this is the mechanism of the patch. Now, why Jinlong say don't use terahertz and Aeon ionic product? Now, you first of all need to understand how terahertz or ionic product may interfere. Okay, first thing is the patches signal the body. So these terahertz or ion products will also signal the body, which means it might disrupt the signal. Okay, terahertz devices and negative ion products emit their own frequency. It's a different frequency from the light. Okay, so they emit their own frequency and energetic field. Now, because the patches relies on precise closed loop reflection of your own light, external or another high frequency signal can actually scramble or drown out the specific wavelength the patch is trying to reflect back to your body. You understand? That means whatever terahertz devices or negative ion product that you are going to use will actually disrupt or scramble or Cantonese say scramble or drown out the specific wavelength the patches is trying to reflect back to your body. Okay, so number 2, for the patches to trigger a biochemical changes in elevating the GHK copper, your nerve cell must be receptive to the specific light signal. So strong external electromagnetic or ionic influences can shift your frequency environment of your cell. Okay, and this will make them less responsive to the not so strong signaling from the patch. That's number 2. Okay, now number 3, you might overwhelm your body system. Meaning, while the patches work by helping to balance the autonomic nervous system, if you introduce too many different energetic modalities, which means your ionic product your terahertz product okay, if you introduce too many of these energy modalities together, it can sometimes overwhelm the body's regulatory mechanism. It makes it difficult to know which stimulus is creating a specific result. Okay, so to me, the best practices, and maybe to Jinlong, why he advised you this is the best practices for maximum efficiency of the patches is you space out the modality. Please ensure the patch has a clear signal path to your cell. Okay, so I would recommend the patches to be used 12 hours dedicated to the patch without any other frequency-based tools. Okay, you can use your other frequency tools like terahertz or ionic thing during the off period, because the patches you use 12 hours on and 12 hours off. So you can use your terahertz during the off period. Okay, again, most important thing is you must maintain good hydration. You must drink a lot of water. Okay? So by keeping the signal from the patch clear and no interruption, you allow the activated stem cells to prioritize healing, okay, of your tissues. Okay, William? I hope I answered your question, William. So that is why Jinlong tell you, or all of us, not to use terahertz or ionic product. Can? Okay, this is from Tracy. How to stay hydrated during the night when sleeping? Jinhua, can you help on this?
Yeah. Okay, so Tracy, if you have drank enough water throughout the day, 1.5 to 2 liter, 1 hour before bedtime, after you patch Aeon, you don't have to drink water. Yeah. So don't worry about it, because throughout the day you are already hydrating your body. So it's fine. Okay. We understand that some people, they drink too much water at night, you know, you wake up a few times to go to the toilet, so it's uncomfortable. All right.
Yeah, true. So Irene Chan, iPhone 15 Pro Max. It is very difficult to ask seniors to drink water. Okay? Seems very difficult. If never drink enough water, will the benefits be reduced significantly? Why only water? No other beverages can be counted in. Okay, Irene. Now, to answer you, yes, we agree that it is quite difficult to ask the seniors to drink water, but then you can break it down, asking them to drink water, let's say every half an hour to 45 minutes. You can ask them to drink about 200 to 250 ml of water, which is 1 cup of water. That should be fine. Okay, so I also understand it can be challenging to ask the seniors to increase their water intake, because it to them is an uphill battle. They need to go to the toilet a lot more, you know, but there is a mechanical reason why it is so important and critical to this specific technology. Now, will the benefits be reduced? You ask me. Straight off answer, yes. If a user does not drink enough water, the benefits can indeed be reduced significantly. Okay? Why? Because the medium of communication, the nanocrystals in the patch, are made of water, oxygen, and amino acid. These crystals work in harmony with your own body's fluid, that means the water in your body, and light. Okay, that is number one. Number two, the transmission of this signal, because the technology relies on biophoton, that means our own bodies emitting the light, low frequency light emission from living cells. So to communicate with cells to cell, your body needs a good conductor. What is the best conductor of, let's say electricity, or what is the best conductor in the body? It's actually water, ma. Dehydration makes the body a poor conductor, meaning this light signal cannot be communicated, effectively. Okay? So, the other thing is your biochemical processing. Okay? The process of increasing your GHK copper and activating stem cells triggers a series of biochemical change. So without enough water, the body struggles to process these changes and transport the material to the site of injury, meaning transport your stem cells to the site of damage. That is why Jinlong will always tell you water, water, and water. So why water, you ask me? Because that is the best. Mineral water, not RO water. RO water is dead water. Okay? Imagine if you drink Ribena. Instead of helping your body have to go and, separate out the sugar, the coloring from the Ribena, and then only get the water. You understand what I'm saying? You are stressing your body more. Okay? So why only plain water? Now, Clean water is absorbed most efficiently at cellular level. That's the best answer I can give you. Okay? Because coffee or tea act as diuretic, especially coffee. Diuretic means it will draw water from your body. Okay? Understand? I hope I answered your question. Okay. Irene, what is in the patch? Alamak, we have already told you what's in the patch. Water.
It's okay. I will share the slide again. It's fine. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who did not catch it earlier, so this is taken from our back office. The patch contains a mixture of amino acid, water, sugar, oxygen, and organic substances. So that's it. So there's no magnet, battery, copper, no harmful metals. Okay. So that's why everything inside here is organic. Yeah. No drugs, no chemicals. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Go back to Irene's question again. I can give you a little bit of tips to help, which I mentioned just now also. You can take small but frequent sips. Maybe every 15-20 minutes, you just take 1 or 2 sips rather than asking them to drink 1 full glass Okay? And then maybe some seniors would prefer warm water or room temperature water over cold water. Okay? And you can also give them visual reminders, like keep a clear bottle nearby where they sit or nearby where they rest, so that they can see their progress of the water. You understand what I mean? Okay, Irene? Okay. Next is from Sarah Ong. How about I have ionic negative ion method? Oh, this is a big no-no, Sarah. If I don't turn on electricity when I use X39. Oh, okay, Sarah, this is a joke to you. Maybe you can start thinking of which relative you don't really like. You go and give the mattress to them. Okay, now the explanation is if you have an ionic negative ion mattress, but if you say you want to keep the electricity off, you are significantly reducing the active electromagnetic interference that might compete with the patch signaling. Correct. But, however, there are still factors to keep in mind regarding these materials interact with the technology. Okay? First thing is your static environment. Even without electricity, some negative ion mattress use, those semi-precious stones like jade and all, or mineral layers that naturally emit low frequency. So, while much weaker than the active when you switch it on, they can still create a different frequency environment around your body. And this can actually disrupt the signaling from the patches. Okay? So, for your body to actively elevate GHK copper and reactivate stem cells, your nerve and your cells must need to be receptive to the patch-specific light signal without any other energy noise. Okay? So, since you are, since you have the mattress, might as well you don't actually use it, Now, I recommend the most effective way to ensure the patch is actually working at its peak is to follow 12 hours on, 12 hours off. Please wear the X39 during the most active 12 hours, meaning during daytime. Remove it before you go to bed. Okay? This way, you can use your mattress at night without any concern about affecting the patch performance. So if you patch the X39 daytime, Aeon nighttime, I would recommend you to patch the X39 and Aeon together during the daytime. Nighttime, leave it free if you still want to sleep on the mattress, even without the electricity on. Okay? Now, from Galaxy A16 5G, wow. My wife was diagnosed with cataract on her left eye. What patch to help and location to patch? This is from who? Galaxy A16 Walk. I believe this carnosine can help improve her eyesight without going for surgery. Alamak. Okay. On her next appointment 3 months later, she has been patching carnosine on her eye area. Okay. I think Jinhua, would you want to take this?
Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. So for cataract glaucoma issue, there are community members that use Aeon, carnosine, and glutathione. Okay. So here, these three area, your third eye and your left and right temple. Okay. So either position of Aeon, carnosine, glutathione is fine. Yeah. So you use that at night and then you go sleep. Okay. Because we've seen some amazing testimonials on cataract improvement. Not to say that they don't need to go surgery. Okay, that's a medical claim. But it can improve the eyesight. Okay, so you can go ahead and try this, these three areas. Middle, third eye, carnosine, and also glutathione. Okay? Yeah.
Meaning you form a triangle shape there. Okay? Yeah. What is RO water? Drink mineral water is better. Of course, Irene, drinking mineral water is always the best. Now, RO water is actually reverse osmosis water. That means during the reverse osmosis process, all the mineral would have been taken out from the water itself. Meaning you are drinking useless water, dead water. All right? Okay. So, A16. Jinhua, A16 is requesting to repeat his answer.
How to patch the glutathione, Aeon, carnosine. Yeah. Anywhere is fine, as long as it's a triangle shape.
Okay, can? Yeah. Okay, next one is my niece is from Vivian. My niece has a growth behind her ear. It has been there for 2 years now. Which patch can help her? Okay, has she been patching or not, Vivian? If she has not been patching, please start her off with X39 and Aeon. Okay? And that is the most, first time. Yeah, okay. So, Vivian, the best way to start off, every person is X39 and Aeon for a solid 3 to 6 months. Remember why? Because I shared with you, during the light and stem cells brochure, there are different timing for your body's regeneration. DNA will take at least 2 months. All right. So, I don't feel nice lah. It is concerning lah, actually, to hear that your niece has been dealing with this growth for the past 2 years especially, her other challenges that she is facing, right? So let me tell you first, the patches are not a medical treatment, okay, for specific growth. They are designed to support the body's ability to repair itself, okay? So based on the science of how these patches work, the patches that will help her is basically to start her off with X39 and Aeon. Okay? After 3 months, you can add carnosine. Okay? Because carnosine is known for its role in tissue repair and protecting against oxidative stress. Okay? So after the 3rd month, only on the 4th month, or you can start carnosine. Okay? Now, you can place the patch directly near the growth of her ear. Either you can put X39, either carnosine or X39 is fine. So when you start her off with X39 and Aeon, you can put the X39 behind her ear directly on or near the growth behind her ear to stimulate the nerve in that specific area. Okay? Alternative point is you can actually not confuse yourself, patch behind the neck, GV14. Okay? Always remember 12 hours on and 12 hours off. I always remind everyone, drink more water. Okay? Drink more water. Okay? I hope I've answered your question, Vivian? Okay. Su Li Teng. Jinhua, she wants to know how to patch for thyroid.
Okay, so thyroid is also same, X39 and Aeon behind the neck. Morning X39, Aeon at night. Okay, so this will help to improve the thyroid function as well. So it's an overall systemic improvement that you need to be consistent at patching for at least 6 months. Okay.
Okay, so Sarah, I just had my cataract surgery on my right eye 3 weeks ago. Can I still use the eye patch because she still got... What is the 3 Mandarin words there?
老花眼.
Oh, you can read Mandarin? Oh, wow.
This one I can.
Oh, okay. You want to take this? Since Jinhua, you want to take this?
Yes, Sarah, you can actually use the patches. You patch it on your right eye here for faster healing. Yeah, so if morning you can patch here X39 or at night time you can patch here Aeon, then it's good. Yeah, you can try that. Okay.
Okay, great. So Galaxy A16 SG again. Patch how many patch of one patch carnosine on the 3rd eye, 1 patch of glutathione on the temple? Galaxy A16, everything is 1 patch. Okay, then the 3rd patch is to patch where? The other temple. The other temple, your 2 temples and the 3rd eye. Okay? Yeah. Sarah has a question. How about I have cysts in my ovary? Can the patch help? Jinhua, you want to take this?
Yeah. Okay. We have testimonials of women having cysts, right? After using X39 Aeon, it helps as well. Help in terms of we've seen pictures of the cysts dropped out. Okay. But of course, this is case to case. I'm not promising you anything, but you can use it long enough to see if that helps to improve as well. All right. So this is something that you can observe and see. Okay. So at least 6 months of using X39 Aeon. Also behind the neck or below the belly button, either or. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Jinhua. Okay, so Galaxy A16, I think, it's very clear. I answered you. 1 Aeon, 1 carnosine, and 1 glutathione. Okay? No, A16. 1 glutathione, 1 carnosine, and 1 Aeon. You can change the place. Glutathione, Monday, right side. Tuesday, glutathione third eye. Wednesday, glutathione left temple. Okay? Thursday, go back to right temple again. Then you switch the patch around, you know. Anything, any combination you want. As long as you use glutathione, carnosine, and Aeon. Can? Okay, I have AMD. Use X39 for 3 months. Can add carnosine now? Yes, you can. You actually can add carnosine, tan mailing. Yes. Since you have used for 3 months, what what you can do is, if you add carnosine, carnosine will actually protect the oxidative stress. You have oxidative stress protection, and then carnosine will help signal your body to have tissue repair and maintain the longevity of your cell. Okay, and then carnosine can actually work with X39 very well, because the X39 elevate the GHK copper. It actually reactivates your stem cell production. Carnosine provide additional layer of antioxidant support to help protect the new healthy cells that your body is producing. Okay, so if you want to patch the carnosine, probably the carnosine can go on the third eye area, in between your eyebrow, or on the temple, whichever eye you want to stimulate. Can? Again, I repeat myself, please drink more plain water. Okay. Henry has a question. Where to patch for X49? Jinhua?
X49, you use it together with X39 in the morning. X39 here, X49 below your belly button. Or vice versa also can. Yep. So you use that.
Yeah. Because these two patches they stimulate the different copper peptide. X39 stimulates the GHK copper. Then the X49 is AHK copper. Okay. So SS or Samsung SM A266B. Wow. Okay. He has a question. How about insomnia? Can it help? Now, again, the technology is designed to support the body's natural system. Okay, Samsung, it has been utilized to address sleep concerns like insomnia through specific biochemical signaling. One thing is, if you have insomnia, meaning your body is not producing enough melatonin, I would advise you to use the X39 patch during the daytime. Nighttime, you alternate the patch between Aeon and Alavida. Get your hands on Alavida patch. Monday, Alavida here on the third eye, Samsung. Tuesday, Aeon. Wednesday, Alavida. Thursday, Aeon. Friday, Alavida. Saturday, Aeon. Sunday, stop. You rest. Okay? And you can actually go and get magnesium glycinate to help you to sleep better. Okay? Mailing, I use carnosine at night. Okay, thanks. Alright, yes, can. Okay, iPhone. How to patch for autoimmune issues with weak muscles, legs weak and have problems swallowing. Oops. Doctor injected immunoglobulin, but no change in body condition. Jinhua, you want to help this?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So for this kind of situation, first of all, the muscle weakness, you need to do strength training as well. Okay. And problem swallowing is due to autoimmune. This is something that X39 and Aeon, what happens is that it can actually strengthen, number one, your immune system. So all these are all symptoms. You can add on energy enhancer and see how the person reacts. So X39 and energy enhancer in the morning, X39 behind the neck, a pair of energy enhancer at your lower back. Okay, so that will help to boost the energy of the person. Plus, strength training is very important. So this is something that you need to find a personal trainer to assist, because muscle weakness is normally also due to lack of movement. Yeah, and leg weakness is due to lack of blood flow. So X39 Aeon energy enhancer can boost your blood flow as well. Okay, you can go ahead and try that one. All right.
Okay, thanks. Theo, sorry, just to check again. The two are Aeon and X39 near the surgery eye. You can. At the temple, you can. Or, if you don't want to confuse yourself, you put behind the neck. Okay? If you don't want to confuse yourself, you put behind the neck. Eileen, what patch to patch for better hand skin condition, especially reducing wrinkles, and where to patch? Jinhua?
Oh, Eileen, if this is your main concern of your skin condition, you can use the Alavida set, the day and night cream, to apply on your hand. Okay? And then the patch, Alavida patch, you can use at night on your third eye, here, your third eye, to help to improve your overall skin condition as well, and also to regulate your hormone. Yeah, you can go ahead and use the day and night cream. Okay, take a picture before and after as well.
Okay, next is from iPhone. Can patch the X39 above the belly button instead of below the belly. iPhone, we recommend below 2 fingers below the belly button, because that's where the clinical study is done. Okay, 2 fingers below the belly button. That would be best. iPhone Sarah Ong. Okay, thanks for my right eye cataract surgery, still in the recovery stage. So you say can use the patch on the surgery eye. Yes, can. Theo, again, sorry, just to check again. The two Aeon and X39. Theo, you can patch behind the neck. Don't confuse yourself. Just patch it behind the neck. Okay? Yes. So I think there are no more questions. Okay? And yeah, it's time for us to call it a day. We hope to see you next time, next week again, same time, same day. Okay? This is Jinhua, Ho Chu, Mr. Lingam, and myself signing off for Super Wednesday. We hope to see you again, same time next week. 8 o'clock, guys. Not 8:30, 8 o'clock we start. Okay? Bye-bye, everyone.